Well, sorry about the previous video. Hello everyone, my name is David Deutsch and I'm the Global Digital Marketing Trainer for Search Titans. Today's live stream is about SEM Audit course. So it's search engine marketing audit course, effectively, but it's not just the course that we're going to be talking about, it's the actual keyword. So that's what my company does, and I want to show you a little bit about what my company does about digital marketing for itself. So I'm going to show you a little bit of SEO now, advanced SEO that Search Titans currently uses for our primary keyword, or one of our primary keywords, which is everything digital marketing audit course. In this case, SEM audit course. So when you Google that SEM audit course, it on the main page, this is what we call the universal results page. That's where you click all. That's basically what you get by default. You get the ads, which is Hitachi High Tech. Don't know what that means or where they're coming from. Then you have SEM Rush, which is normal. They're the single best digital marketing and digital marketing research tool in the world. They keep winning awards. I use them. I'm a partner. I use them all the time, and we have a good partnership. But then of course there's just Search Titans. Yeah, not Udemy, not all of these other people. No, 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 no. When you type in this, you get Search Titans. And that's an important keyword that people actually type in. Not millions, just my customers. You, specifically. So welcome. Now, as you can see, SEM Rush is great, but they don't have a video thumbnail like Search Titans does. It even has my name in the thumbnail. Now, how did I do that? Like, how did he do that? Oh my goodness, that's so cool, dude. Right? Thank you. I'm talking to myself and I'm thanking myself. No, seriously, how did I do that? I used structured data and a very, very short 1.5 minute video. And I got this result right underneath the best SEM software in the world, which just tells you a lot. SEM Rush and me, we're tight and we're doing everything right. So I'm going to show you how to use structured data if you want during the course. I'll show you everything. But what does this really mean in terms of results? So first of all, it means that I'm in position 1, 2, 3. I'm in position 3 and I'm in position 4 in SEO. Now, this is actually one of my target keywords for PPC, or for search engine marketing. I just haven't activated my Google Ads yet because it's the weekend. It's a Saturday. And frankly, I'm not terribly sure I want to waste my money on a Saturday because my students are most likely going to be interested in, they're most likely going to be interested in discovering the course during the week when they're actually at work, because this is work, it's not fun. So I don't do SEM for Search Titans during the weekends, unless of course my conversion rate increases during the weekend, which it doesn't. Most people search for me during the week, so you're not going to see my SEM, my paid ad during the weekend, but you do see my SEO here. And now this is the front page. It's not over. This is only a small portion of the users that use the front page. Other people actually click on images. Now the question is, do you think I'm in position 1 for images for this keyword? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. And I am in position 1. What a surprise and a shock. It's not a surprise or a shock. That's me right there. That's Search Titans. And we're in position 1 because that's what we do. And I'm pretty sure we have more in here somewhere, but we'd have to go digging for it. If I change the keyword to digital marketing audit course, I'll be in position 1 as well. Want to see? Let's just try SEO. And, oh, I'm not in position 1 for SEO. Well, that sucks. Okay, let's try e-commerce. Hey, man, you can't win them all, you know? You gotta take one step at a time. Well, that makes me feel better. E-commerce audit course. I'm in position 1, 2, and 3. Don't mind that third one. That was my attempt at graphic design, but let me just tell you, I am not a good graphic designer. Don't ask me to do graphics. Ask me to do your SEO, your SEM, your digital marketing, or your e-commerce, no problem, but not graphic design. You're not going to do anybody any favors. So let's go back to the main page for this keyword. Am I in position 1? Why, yes I am. Look at that huge description, which more content because it's rich in content, and I'm in position 2 as well for the same keyword. However, my video thumbnail is not listed here on page 1, probably because Google doesn't feel that it merits the video. However, let's click on the videos tab in Google. Oh, look at that, position 1 for video, yay! And that's much more important than being in position 1 for normal text. Oh, you want to bet? You want me to prove it? Fine, I'll prove it. Look, this is Google Search Console, right? It's pretty cool. It's a free tool everyone has access to as long as you set it up. You have to verify Google with Google. You have to verify that you're the owner of the website, and then it gives you all of the information from Google's side of things, not from your analytics. This is a separate search engine, a separate set of data from your analytics that you have to link up later. And I'll teach you about that during the Web Analytics and CRO class, how to link up Search Console to your Web Analytics. But this is a completely different platform. It allows you to do something amazing. It allows you to show Google that you have better content than everybody else. Let's pause for a minute. What does that mean, better or worse? No. Nobody's doing video, and nobody's doing good images. Not in my industry. And therefore, every time I make the worst video I could possibly make, I'm in position 1 just because I'm the only one with a video that's perfectly targeted for that keyword. And then I get the clicks. But do I really get more clicks? I get a much higher click-through rate. Do you know what a click-through rate is? That means how many people see the ad through impressions. So what you see on my screen, wait. I'm going to move my screen. Nope, I can't do that either. I'm hoping that you see this. There you go, because my face should be up top here. Right, so just underneath my my shirt, my tie, you're going to see impressions right there. Now those are the total impressions for each keyword. And that's what Google's telling you. Over the time frame, over what time frame? Over 3 months, the last 3 months in this case. But I could change the time frame if I want to. In this case, I'm just going to do the last 3 months. As you can see, I'm not that popular. I only just started doing SEO for my most important keywords. 25 clicks? Really? That's not so good from 9,000 impressions over 3 months. Wow. I mean, is it my positioning? Well, okay, CRO audit checklist, I got 1 click, which is just a less than 1% click-through rate, for 107 impressions in position 56. That's not so good. I mean, it's going to take a lot more impressions than that for me to get my clicks. And then e-commerce audit. Well, that's an excellent keyword. Didn't get too many impressions, but I got a click. That's a very high click-through rate. That's more than 10% click-through rate. Watch what happens with video. Now, up here, you have search type web. I think you can see it here or here. I don't remember. It's on the screen somewhere. Search type web. You change it to video. And that's going to show you the results only for the videos that I've produced so far. And I don't know if you've seen my earlier work. I was nervous. And I've been learning how to talk in front of a camera more. But I'm still in position 1 for a lot of really crazy keywords. Like, well, 7D analytics doesn't mean very much, but to be in position 3 of Google video for the keyword CRO audit checklist for search titans is a moneymaker. And it doesn't matter how many impressions we get. Just getting 1 click can result in a 6,500 pound sale. For someone who puts in CRO audit checklist and they realize that I have 105 questions in my checklist for conversion rate optimization, they realize that there's a whole course based on this, and I could really teach them a lot. If they take the personalized course for 21 months, it's going to make me 6,500 pounds for free because I don't pay for SEO. So getting that one click from the keyword CRO audit checklist is a huge deal for me. Just one click for that keyword is out of this world. It would have been better if it also had the word course in it. But beggars can't be choosers either, and I'm not the one typing in these keywords, it's the user. I'm hoping that when he puts in the word checklist, or the consumer in question types in the word checklist, and they see my website, they'll be enticed to take my course. But even if they're not, it's still relevant, and now my checklist is going to be used in somebody's company, and sooner or later that's going to come back around and it's going to make me a sale, because it's an extremely specific keyword. It's not conversion rate optimization. That doesn't really mean very much. Like, are you looking for a software? No, it's very specific. So that's huge value for me. And the click-through rate is 50%. Okay, well, I mean, that's relevance right there. If I could just get a few hundred more impressions at a 50% click-through rate, I'd be a pretty happy camper. I mean, let's look at the real overall conversion rate, click-through rate, click-through rate of my videos. And as you can see, 134 impressions in 3 months. It's been more like a few weeks, but that's besides the point. That's not a lot of impressions. Not for me. I'm used to seeing 134 million impressions. But I'm also used to seeing click-through rates of less than 2%, 3%. I've almost never seen 9.7%. It's because video is so much more attractive than basic text. My best, one of my colleagues from Moonshine Media Group, or RFP.agency, that's the name of his company, Moonshine. Anyway, he's a video producer, and he's very visual, very graphic. So he was saying that when you go to a Chinese restaurant, or you go to any restaurant, you don't look at the text and read all of it. No, you look at the prettiest image, and that's the one that gets you hungry and salivating for food. So you're gonna, in the menu, you're gonna look at the image and choose that one because it looks delicious, right? So that's the same thing goes for SEO and SEM. Search engine marketing, search engine optimization, it doesn't matter. You're looking for a click from a person who is specifically looking for your products. The more specific you get, the more money you get. How many clicks did you get? Who cares? How much money did you make? Oh, well, that's it. Well, okay, stop. Deep breath. Let's start again. Focus on the right keywords. The ones that are going to make you the most amount of money. The ones where, as soon as they type in that keyword, obviously you're in position 1 because you have the best quality content on the internet. Okay, so you made that, you did that, you have this amazing content. Is that enough? Well, enough isn't very clear. You can do more than that. Don't stop just because you have a great video. Look at this. Do you see on my screen, you'll see enhancements. Now, what is that referring to? In Google Search Console, you're probably not going to see enhancements on yours unless you've used structured data. That's part of my course. It's a little bit involved. I could show you a few tricks. Let me see. Structured data. This is another keyword. It's a global SEO audit course. When you click on videos, I'm in position 1, 2, and a bunch of others. I'm in position 4, 5, 7. I have a lot of positions on page 1. Not just position 1 and 2. I have position 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Sometimes there's only one company on the entire page. Let me show you. Sometimes there's only one company on the entire page that's not me. E-commerce, I think. E-commerce audit course, I believe, is just me and one other guy. Yeah, so this is the only guy on the entire page that isn't my videos. And these are not very good videos. Look at the quality of that thumbnail. I screwed up the size. I messed that up by accident. Well, I'm fixing it now, you know, but it takes a while to get that right. And I'm going to be passing on my new knowledge to the group. Oh, there's another one. So there's 2 companies on the page that aren't Search Titans. 2. That's not my brand name. e-commerce audit course is not my brand name. My brand name is David Deutsch Search Titans. This e-commerce audit course is a completely generic term. And there's only 2 websites on page 1 of Google for videos that isn't Search Titans. That just goes to show there's no competition out there. The competition is weak, and you can devour them very, very easily by producing not necessarily low quality videos, but we're not talking about a $1 million commercial. We're talking about what I'm doing right now, a live stream with sharing my screen, sharing the information that I have about the world. And that sells tickets. It sells your product. When you go to make structured data for your website, what does it look like? How does it work? Is it complicated? Oh, a little bit. You do need a little bit of knowledge, but not much. I'm going to show you how to cheat, okay? This is kind of like a cheating way of doing it. Oh, it's legitimate, and Google would not consider it cheating. They'd be like, finally, somebody paying attention and following the instructions. Google has done this very well. The problem is Google is very succinct. When they tell you how to do things for SEO, they don't joke around. They tell you once. No, that's it. They just tell you once. They don't tell you again. They're not going to give you a lot of examples. They're going to give you one example. When you see on my screen, you see sample code, you see C markup. That's the one you want to click on. Click on C markup, and it'll take you to the structured data testing tool. Okay, you don't know how to follow what I just did? Google this. Structured data testing tool. Google that. Great. You've Googled it. You see it. It's gonna be under developers. Developers.google.com. Click on that, and that's where you can find this particular tool. And it's amazing, because when you click that green button, it tells you if the code that's there is correct and what it says, what it says to Google, what it's speaking to when it talks to Google. I discovered this tool because Google made it for us. It made it for me, specifically for people like us, for people like me. This is a tool that makes it easy for us to create structured data. I want to call them meta tags because it does go where all of the meta tags go. But what you see here is JSON. It's JavaScript, and it's an easy way to use JavaScript, easy-ish. So by using JSON and by using this tool, you're going to put this script where you put meta tags. And this script is going to tell Google everything it needs to know about your content. Google doesn't guess. Google isn't a person. It's not Sergey and Larry Page. Those are people, and they're very rich, and they don't spend all of their time looking at your page to see what kind of content you have. No. And neither does the software that they built. The software they built will read what you have to say and will determine how legitimate it is compared to a bunch of different factors. But right now, what's important is when the search engine comes to your content, to your website, this JSON code, this JavaScript code, must tell Google that there's a video here on this page. And Google's going to be like, great, more content. Okay. And Google's not going to say this out loud, so I'm going to say it on Google's behalf. Hey, by the way, did you know, this is Google speaking, did you know nobody's doing videos, nobody's doing carousels yet? Because it's a brand new technology. So please go ahead and do it. Because if you're the only one with interesting content after we went all of that trouble to building this new system where you can produce excellent, rich content and publish it on the front page of Google, they went to all that trouble for you and nobody's using it. And therefore, the first come, first serve. If you start putting a carousel, start by putting a carousel code through JavaScript like this, on one of your category home pages for your products or for your affiliate programs products, all of the links are going to be leading to other pages already. And that's SEO friendly, but they're leading to other pages. The carousel on the page that you're on is going to represent other pages. So, and Google's going to put you at the top of the page above position 1 because you have better content than everybody else, because rich content is by default is better than text content, because people want rich content much more than they want text, even though they'll take both and they need both. If a page only has text, it automatically gets a lower score than a page with possibly terrible content of text, maybe 2 paragraphs, but it has rich content and it's referring to this particular keyword. Let's put it at the top. That's the new age of Google SEO. That's where it's all about. It's about not just content, rich content, the best content, the most visual content. And this tool helps you to change the code so that it makes it easy for you to add your own website. So I'm going to put www.searchtitans.com, and it's going to show me an error because I'm supposed to put Search Titans for all the links in this list item. But this is a demonstration software, so it's not live. I'm a long way away from submitting this to Google officially. That happens on this software, Google Search Console, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Right now, I wanted to show you one error. All values provided for URL must have the same domain name. And that's where my mistake happened. That's why this tool is so incredible. Now you can change all of the codes to whatever it is for you, keep conservative, and just change the elements that matter to you, and you can do it yourself very simply. Now, there are advanced things that you can do. You can mix and match videos with images. You can mix and match videos with courses. There's a lot of options when it comes to structured data, like job posting, how to. If you post a job, if you need to hire some people, you really need to put structured data on each job description on your page, because Google will give you free advertising to your job posting. It'll get you the best quality people for free. This is SEO we're talking about. There's no verification by an administrator at Google looking at your website to judge whether you're okay or not, because this is organic search. Google doesn't get a say. Unless you're violating like human rights or something, it's very, very hard to break the guidelines of Google's SEO platform, because their guidelines are far less restrictive than the paid search. You could do gambling, you can do porn, you can do horrible, horrible things. Not illegal, but you can everything that's banned on Google Ads is not banned on SEO. You just can't, because it's not a paid service, it's organic. So unless you're breaking some kind of law, Google's not going to take you down. And all of this structured data, that's easy to rank for that, because you just have to get the code right. And once you've gotten the code right, well, it's just going to show up that way. And because you have rich structured data, even if your content is less valuable than everybody else's from a text perspective, as long as there's nobody else doing the structured data for your keyword, then you're the only one on page 1. And that's what's happening to me. It's not that I'm fantastic at what I do. I am fantastic at what I do, but this is just, nobody has the keywords e-commerce audit course and for a video. And even then, in all of the world, there's only 166,000 videos that have ever been produced and put online and crawled by Google that reference the 3 words e-commerce, audit, and course. So that's pretty interesting to know that there's 166,000 videos that have been produced for that. But I'm in position 1. Because my title tag has the exact keyword perfectly aligned. And it's not the only one. The other pages, even though they don't talk about e-commerce specifically, like this one says search engine marketing SEM audit training course, and it's still there because audit and course is within the title, and because they're all linked together, and because Google knows that this is, all of my pages are relevant to that particular keyword, and very few others are. So, coming back to to its value, to the value of these keywords, and really focusing on the structured data. What you have now in Google Search Console is now you can see how well you're doing for each point, and that's a huge bonus. This is relevant. Oh, excuse me. This is relatively new. It hasn't been. This is with the new Search Console platform. The old one didn't have this nearly as clear. I'm going to click on products. Let's see what happens. Okay, the red mark, forget that. It's the green ones you want. I probably have an error on something. I think I'm missing, here it is. Missing field price and missing field name on some of my pages. So I'll fix it later. And what will happen is it'll go from not started to passed. So that's after I submit that I've fixed it. So it's probably one of my pages must have bugged out or something, and I'll fix it. Or maybe I created a new product and I simply forgot to add the appropriate meta tags, the appropriate codes in the JSON, in the JavaScript. Sure, why not? Let's go with that. Right. Either way, this is where you fix those problems. And this is after it's live. You really don't want to see all of these errors. I only have one error and like 6 issues with warnings or something. It's not that bad. But you really don't want to see anything on this page if you could avoid it. And when you do, fix it quickly, is my advice. In this case, it's just one. Don't stress out about it. But what you really want to see is the green. And that means that you have 26 products, or I have 27 products that are valid and they're online. Now, what does that mean for SEO? Does this mean that I'm on Google Shopping? I want you to stop for a second and think about what I just asked you. Does this mean that my products are on Google Shopping? The answer is no, I am not on Google Shopping. I'm a Google Shopping expert. If I could be on Google Shopping, I would be. I love Google Shopping, but I can't. Why? Search Titans offers a service as a product, and Google Shopping does not accept that as a physical product. I have to sell something like a keyboard. It's a physical product. If I sell a course, I have to sell the book, the ebook, the physical book, anything that's physical, but I can't sell the service as a course on Google Shopping because that's against their primary rules and guidelines. But when it comes to products for SEO, it's not the same conversation at all. Google doesn't even have restrictions at all. You can sell anything you want, as evidenced by what you see on my screen. I'm not supposed to be able to present my service, my course, as a product, and yet I can on SEO. So let's see what that looks like, shall we? We're on videos. Let's click on all. SEO Audit course. Where is the product? Wait. It's supposed to put the price tag, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, because it references hold on a second, I got an idea. I'm gonna do series 1. That's an actual product of mine, so it should show. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. Series 1 full digital marketing course. Thank you very much. That's the expensive one, £100. And look, do you see this? That's a 5-star rating because I put it into the structured data. And that's SEO. It's not verified, which means that I could be completely full of crap by putting these 5 stars here, but there's no verifier. Somebody would have to rat me out if that was the case. Review by David Deutsch. I'm the one who left the review. Well, that makes sense. So it's legit. And I actually left the review, and Google crawled the review and puts these stars up here. Now, it also puts this as a product. You see that? It says in stock for £100. That's equivalent to what Google Shopping does. There's no difference. The difference is I don't have to pay Google Shopping in order to get this result. And that's a beautiful thing. Of course, I'm only in the very beginning of pushing my products in English and in all of the other languages. So as people begin to search more and more for my courses, I'll discover more and more keywords. But what's important is that my listing shows up When it's a product, it shows up as a product, even though it's not. It's a service. And on Google Shopping, I would be pushed right off. So if you're in a position where your company cannot be on Google Shopping, you should consider doing what I'm doing. This is not illegal and it's not against the guidelines. I sell a product, I say what the product is, and it's my business. Google SEO is organic results. It's up to the user. It's buyer beware. It's up to the user to decide whether that result really was a product or if it was a service. If I was a scam, that would be a different conversation. My reputation would be off the cuff. I would have rip-off report. I would have an F on all of the social media. It wouldn't be the same conversation. But because reputation management is one of Search Titan's specialties as well, we make sure that not only do you not get a bad reputation, but if you have one, we'll show you how to clean off page 1 and 2 of Google of those negative results. But I don't have those negative results. I have only positive ones. So as long as that happens, I'm going to get more clicks and more sales, but people are going to be aware that there's a price before you click on that link, which means that my click-through rate will be probably lower for people who don't want to pay. And that's a good thing. I would rather have a very, very high conversion rate and a very small click-through rate. Because a high conversion rate means money in the bank. It doesn't matter how many clicks I get, I'm making sales. I can work on how many clicks I get later. But if I could just get a lot of sales from a tiny small amount of clicks, I'm a winner. And that's a big deal. So this is what you get when you use structured data, when you use JavaScript. You get these amazing results that normally you would have to pay for. And a lot of people are not even aware that you can have your products listed even though Google Shopping would totally ban you. For example, you can do CBD oil, which on Google Ads is completely forbidden. But on SEO, if it's organic and it doesn't break the law, not the CBD oil being organic, but if the content is organically produced and the structured data is well laid out and it says it's a product, if it's not breaking the law, it doesn't break Google's guidelines, then it's not going to be taken down. It's going to be presented as a product, even though you can't be on Google Shopping with CBD. So that's a good analogy. My company cannot sell courses or horses. You can't sell horses on Google Shopping. I don't think you could sell living animals. Maybe fish, but definitely not horses. But with Google SEO and structured data, you can sell horses through product listing on SEO. It's called product structured data. And you can sell a horse, I think. I'm not really sure. Either way, Google has to ban you because of the law, not because of their rules. That's a different conversation. So if it's against the law to sell a horse online, which I have no idea. I've never even been on a horse before. Now, I should probably double check that later. Now, I'm curious to know if you could actually sell a horse online. I would have to imagine they sell cattle and stuff. But either way, I know you can't sell it on Google Ads, on Google Shopping, but on Google SEO, it's an entirely different conversation because it's the legal guidelines, not the rules of Google Ads. And there's no administrator double checking what you do like there is on Google Ads. The other things that you see here in terms of enhancements are videos. So let's click on videos because we've been working on that. Forget the error. It's probably just a missing description or something. Yeah, I'm still not sure which page that is. So let's click on it and find out. This is the great thing about Google Search Console. It's very simple, frustratingly so. But it's also very easy to use. Now, when I click on this, what do I discover? Item name has been mismatched with the description, and that's where the problem came in. It's obviously my mistake. Whoops. So I'm going to go fix it later in the structured data testing tool right here. And I most likely made this mistake where it says introducing something. I put the description here in the name by accident, and I probably didn't put anything in the description or something like that. and that fooled Google and it made a mistake. So watch what happens when you delete the name. It says position and it doesn't say the name anymore. So that's probably what happened, is I probably left the description field empty or something like that, and I'll fix it. It's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. But at least Google Search Console shows me where the mistake is. So once I fix the mistake, or once the programmer fixes the mistake, in your case, you click validate fix. I'm not clicking that because I didn't fix it yet. And you don't want to mess with Google because it takes about 48 hours to update. And this is live. Don't do anything live if you can avoid it. Fix these mistakes in the structured data testing tool right here where it's safe and healthy, and then publish. You're still going to run into the occasional mistakes, as evidenced by what you just saw on my listing, even though I didn't think I made any, because I verified it and it was fine. But apparently it wasn't. And the structured data testing tool didn't detect that particular mistake. It's no big deal. But now I have to deal with it live. It's only one issue, so I'm all right. But I would really prefer not to have seen any errors at all. So now let's click on, what is this, impressions? Okay, so here we go. We got 28 impressions, 22 impressions, and so on for the videos. It's not a very good reporting tool, I'll give you that. It's not terribly excellent for that, but what I'm excited about is that I have 59 videos. So that's pretty cool. And they're all listed as searchtitans.com, not YouTube. Oh my God, people, listen to me. If you learn nothing from me at all, stop putting your videos on YouTube. Please, would you stop? If you have a company, if you have a website, if you have an e-commerce site, if you ever want money, stop using YouTube. Put your videos on your own server. Post your videos on your own URL, on your own domain name's URL, searchtitans.com/video, whatever, and then use this structured data on your website. Because otherwise, what's going to happen is when you come up and compete against me and you click on the videos tab, it's not going to say searchtitans.com like it does for me. It's going to say, well, this guy did it right, edx.org, he got it right. Good for him. But usually what you, oh man, I'm the only one on this page. That's so funny to me. And I'm the only one on page 2, aren't I? Yep, I'm only, okay. So it's me and this other guy. Usually you just see YouTube all over the place. So let's just do e-commerce. That'll get rid of me because it's not me that's interesting. You have a lot of, okay, here it is. YouTube, e-commerce nation. See, these guys are smart. We're getting smarter and smarter. More and more people are uploading their videos to their own pages, which is necessary. Because when you use the structured data testing tool, which is like a mouthful, can't believe I'm pulling that one off, you're gonna be using your own URL. And that's really important in order to rank well on Google, because otherwise what happens when you click on a YouTube link? Surprise, you go to YouTube. You don't go to this guy's website or whoever this person is. All the money, effort, and time they put into making this video. I mean, I'm sure YouTube is seriously grateful for their free work. I would be. I mean, slaves are awesome if you think about it that way, but this guy, he's only getting traffic to YouTube, not to his own website. So if he sells something on his own website, he's out of luck. Because now I would have to find a way to find where this guy's website is, what's his domain name. So that's bad advertising for him, and that's a shame because the others got it right. Not all the others, most of them. So all of these guys, conferences.hub, whatever that is. Okay, at least it's their website. And so that's what you have to remember about SEO with videos. Don't put it on YouTube, put it on yours. Look at all this money you're gonna leave on the table if you don't put it on your own website. Because the click-through rate for videos on mine, even though my thumbnails could use a lot of work, and I mean a lot of work, because they're not even the right size right now, I'm still getting a 10% click-through rate, which is higher than I've ever seen before on text-based links. Let's go back to performance for a moment. And let's see what happens when we click on image. Now, image is a completely different animal. Okay? All you have to do is have an image on your website that's unique to your website. It still has to be unique content. You can't just copy somebody else's image. Oh, here's the picture of a dog. Now get me SEO. No, it doesn't work like that. The image has to be surrounded by text. The image itself has to be relevant to the text that surrounds it. And when that happens, the title of the page that the image is on will boost that image's appearance on page 1 of Google. So on my website for Search Titans, my images show up 7,690 times in the last 3 months. I got 4 clicks. Very, very low click-through rate, 0.1%. Now do you see why I'm so excited about video? What if I had 7,600 impressions for video, man? I'd be sitting on 800 clicks right now. I wouldn't be sitting on 4. So I want more impressions for video. I don't know why I'm not getting more, but we'll get back to that later. I have a theory. I think it's my keywords. They're not traditionally used to trigger video. It's not like the word says trailer or video. So it's probably not being triggered that often. But when you click on the images, for me, I have over 1,000 keywords that are triggering my images. And that's really interesting because you get the weirdest kind of, usually you get the weirdest kind of results from this. So I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. Let me get you the average position. There we go. And let's begin with, not with clicks because we don't have that many clicks. So the most impressions that I get, that's relevant, which is 7B, 7C, that's not important. Introduction to digital marketing. Position 87 or something. I got 40 impressions for that from images. That's big for me. Global digital marketing, 36 impressions. Even if I'm just visible on the page, I win. Because then there's brand recognition. So let's go back to Google and see what that looks like. You click on images for e-commerce, and obviously I'm not there because that's not my keyword. My keyword is e-commerce audit course. Let's see what happens with e-commerce audit. I'm still not there. That's good. Because I don't want to do people's e-commerce audits. Oh, e-commerce audit course, there I am, position 1, position 2, position 3. That's all 3 of those are mine. And I don't think I have more here on this page. But the fact is that I'm there, and that's really, really important. Because if anybody does click on that, because they see the certificate, they're going to say, hey, I want a certificate for e-commerce digital marketing. I just got myself a customer. And all I did was create an image, a banner image that clearly describes what my product is for that particular keyword. And that's where I've been getting a lot of success from images. But I'm not getting a very high click-through rate, which tells me a lot. It tells me I need to change my images or make more. But traditionally speaking, with all my thousands of clients in the past, images do not produce a lot of clicks. They produce a great deal of impressions, sometimes hundreds of millions of impressions, billions even, because imagery is beautiful. But nobody wants to click on an image once they've seen it. There's no follow-through with images. So the traditional click-through rate on images is going to be extremely low, and don't be surprised by that. However, you can get sales from image clicks, and that's why I chose to be very, very descriptive with my images. Words help a lot. E-commerce, Google could read the words in the image. It could also see my pretty logo. It could see the certificate tag. It's clear. It's not the most beautiful piece of art you're ever gonna, it's not a Monet. It's not a Van Gogh, right? But it's perfect for me and my company, and I'm in position 1. And there's no arguing that. And that's what you need to do with your company. Look at the rest of these people. Does any of this tell you what they do or how you want? Does it make you want to click on them? This is pretty cool. What is this? Certificate of completion, your name. And it says Certified E-commerce Marketing Specialist. That's pretty cool. I would click on that to see what happens next. And it's from digitalmarketer.com. So that's pretty respectable. But they're not in position 1. I am. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. That's it for now. We'll be continuing the SEM and SEO audit course a little bit later, and we'll be choosing more interesting keywords. The next time we do this, I'm going to walk you through Google Ads, and we're going to go hunting for fun keywords, not just SEO and CRO stuff. We'll get away from my stuff, and we'll go a little bit into more. A little bit more wild country, and we'll start doing audits on the keywords to see which companies are best and which ones need improvement. Thanks for watching.